Hello there everybody, this is General Snivy, and welcome to my new Let's Play. Welcome everyone to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games in the entire series. Honestly, this is probably my second favorite behind Birth by Sleep, in my honest opinion. And out of all the Kingdom Hearts games, this one I've played through the most out of all of them. It's that crazy, I know. And because Kingdom Hearts 2 was that good of a game, that's why I played through it so many times in so many different ways. Whether it be on the original PS2 or on PS3 or PS4. Technically speaking, I didn't even play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix on PS3 because, well, the PS4 HD collections were right around the corner, and yeah, made more sense to wait. And the wait was well worth it. Well, with some exceptions, but I'll get into that later. Anyway, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, just like with the first Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, it features some brand new content that was not originally released in Kingdom Hearts 2 when it was first released over here in the United States. And it wasn't until the HD collections on PlayStation 3 where we actually got Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix proper. I mean, there was a quote-unquote unofficial English patch that you could put into a PS2 Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix ISO. But, let's just say this, it was like it was ran through Google Translate several thousand times. It was that bad. Or so I hear. I never installed it myself, because I wanted honestly, I didn't really have the hardware at the time to even attempt something like that and do it on an emulator. So, the official release thankfully came in quite a while ago, but even so, I'm still happy that this final mix is now here, and to be honest, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One release of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix is the definitive way to play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, in my opinion. Of course, there are some oddities, and I'll get into those as we come across them. First, let's start a new game. For Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix specifically, it introduces a new difficulty mode called Critical Mode. In vanilla KH2, you had the standard beginner, standard, and proud mode difficulties. But starting in Kingdom Hearts 2 going forward, technically speaking Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, critical mode is added. A true test of skill for the adept. Begin with certain abilities and other perks. There's a great chance for unlocking the secret ending. So in other words, this mode, along with Proud Mode, are the easiest ways to unlock the game's secret ending. And yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 does have a secret ending. Unlike some of the other games that we played recently, like Chain of Memories or 358 Over 2 Days, which did not have a secret ending. For this playthrough, I will be playing through the game on the hardest difficulty, critical mode, because that was how I played it on the PS4 quite a while back, and it was worth the challenge. It's a very challenging mode, but it's one that will really push your skills to the limit. And it's quite a lot of fun, and quite rewarding too. Again, thanks to those perks that you get for playing on critical mode as well. Alright, let's select. Vibration function is set to on, and let's begin with these settings.
A scattered dream that's like a far-off memory. A far-off memory that's like a scattered dream.
Way to be redundant.
I want to line the pieces up. Yours and mine.
And just like before with Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, the opening theme is Sanctuary. And just like before, I do have to mute this song in the YouTube version. But Twitch is a lot more lenient when it comes to this song. For whatever reason, I don't understand why. Hell, they're more lenient with copyright in general. I mean, the worst thing they can do is just either block the video, or worst case scenario, they just, do what I said not that long ago. And best case scenario, they'll just mute the song and mute a certain section of the video. And that's really about it. Really, it's not that bad, all things considered. But as far as the song itself, and also the opening cinematic for this game, this is honestly a really damn nice recap of not only the first Kingdom Hearts game, but also Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, oddly enough. So if you were like me, who jumped into Kingdom Hearts 2 after Kingdom Hearts 1 without playing through Chain of Memories, you're going to probably be as lost as I am, or at least as lost as I was before playing Chain of Memories. Even if you played the remake, Re-Chain of Memories, you may still be lost, but honestly, you're more than likely going to have a better understanding of the story, the characters, who people are, what are their motives, why things are the way they are, and it's literally as simple as that. It's just a simple recap, and honestly, I really am a fan of the fact that the introduction cutscene is a pre-rendered scene, and also it is a really damn indication of the time that has passed between Chain of Memories as well as this game. So that is pretty interesting. So again, now we're getting into the recap of Chain of Memories. Also, that transition between Sora and Naminé, that was probably one of the coolest transitions at the time, and it still is to this very day. Hello, Marluxia. Excuse me. Again, pretty damn sweet, all things considered. I really am a fan that they give you this recap, at least a visual understanding as to what the hell happened in between Chain of Memories and this game in particular, especially if you jumped between the first game and the second. Because many of us, myself included, assumed that Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories was just going to be a one-off spin-off, and it wasn't going to be that important in the story, but lo and behold, Tetsuya Nomura works in mysterious ways, and ones that makes us scratch our heads in confusion and shout, "What?" at the top of our lungs, even to this very day. Even if any game that he directs, whether it be the Kingdom Hearts series, Final Fantasy VII Remake, or even Final Fantasy 15, when he was in the director's seat, everyone loves scratching their head and being like, "What?" No one really understands Tetsuya Nomura more than, well, Tetsuya Nomura. And of course, there are many people out there who do try to decode his way of storytelling and try to make things make more sense. And let's be honest here, it has worked out for the most part, and I'm definitely happy that that is the case. So, unlike some of the other Kingdom Hearts games, minus 358 over 2 days, we actually do not start out playing as Sora. Instead, we start out as his nobody, Roxas, the 13th member of Organization 13. And this is also going to be fun.
You have arrived. I've been to see him. He looks a lot like you.
Who are you?
I'm what's left. Or maybe I'm all there ever was.
I meant your name.
My name is of no importance. What about you? Do you remember your true name?
My true name is...
Sora?
Whoa! Give me a break, guy.
Giving up already? If there are any other worlds out there, why did we end up on this one?
This world has been connected,
Whoa, who's there?
tied to the darkness.
Sora, don't ever change.
The door is opened.
What?
You understand nothing.
Sora...
Another dream about him.
Quite a familiar setting, is it not? Welcome everyone to Twilight Town. Again. The first day.
Man, doesn't that tick you off?
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Cypher's gone too far this time.
I mean, it's true that stuff's been stolen around town, and we've got a score to settle with Cypher and everything. So, if he wants to think we did it, I can't really blame him. See, that's not what really bugs me. What really bugs me is that he's going around telling everybody we're the thieves. Now the whole town and their mothers are treating us like the Klepto Club. Have you ever been this ticked off before in your life? 'Cause I haven't. Nuh-uh. Never. Now, what to do?
Well... We could find the real thieves. That would set the record straight. Hey, that sounds fun.
What about Cypher?
First, we gotta clear our names. Once we find the real culprit, everyone will get off our backs. Oh no! They're gone! Are gone! What?
All are gone?
Huh? Huh?
You can't say... why not?
But you do understand what I'm saying, right? Are gone. Stolen. And not just the word. They stole it too.
What kind of thief is that? Cypher could never have pulled that off.
Yeah.
All right, time for some recon.
By the way, the word is Photo. That's your PSA, folks. The word is Photo, and this bit is dumb. You're welcome.
His heart is returning. Doubtless he'll awaken very soon.
What's this all about? Excuse me. Thought I had a loogie backed up in the back of my throat.
Roxas, come on.
Coming. Over here. Okay. Move the left analog stick to make Roxas run, tilt slightly to make him walk, jump with circle. If you can't remember what to do next, press the options button to confirm your objective. Okay, seems simple enough. By skimming the sides of buildings, you can grab the edges to pull yourself up. Try to access various places. Okay. Pretty basic. Let's get this investigation underway. Yo, Roxas! Never thought you'd do such a rotten thing. We didn't steal anything, alright? I'd like to believe you, but who else would steal that stuff? What stuff? As if you didn't know. Hey, I'm not gonna tell you. Go ask the accessory shop. Excuse me. Go on, Roxas. Ask her. Reaction commands are used to execute actions accordingly in situations. Approach the accessory shop and talk reaction will appear. Press triangle to use the command. Talk to the accessory shop owner. Okay, no duh. Funny enough, Kingdom Hearts 2 was the first game to introduce the whole reaction command mechanic, and it was then incorporated into the other Kingdom Hearts games, the older ones, the Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memory, starting with the HD collections on PlayStation 3, and it's been that way ever since, pretty much. Oh, hello, Roxas. Reaction commands appear in various situations and are very helpful. Use reaction commands whenever possible. Very true. Oh, it's you, Roxas. Please don't let me down. You used to be one of my favorite customers. I'm not a thief. Okay. It's no fun having everyone suspect me, you know. Then you gotta find a way to clear your name. The woman at the candy shop is pretty disappointed, too. By the way, I never knew that the missing word was photo until many years later. And, again, Super Butter Buns definitely made things clear. Roxas? Have you seen my cat around? There it is. Aw, pretty kitty. I want it. Move the camera with the right stick, press the R3 to return it to its default position. Press R1 to lock onto specific things. When locked onto something, the camera will automatically follow the target. Locking on is useful when following a target. The camera can be controlled when locked on. Press R1 again to cancel. Duh. Thank you, Roxas. Did they steal anything from you too? Oh my, yes. Something important. Just so you know, we didn't do it. I believe you. Okay, I believe you. Thanks for that, ma'am. So, what did they take from you? My photo. My precious photo. Looks like the culprit is going around stealing photos. And not just photos, but the work photos, too. This isn't your average thief. I wonder if Cypher would know anything about this. We gotta talk to him. Come on, to the Sandlot! So, like I said, this prologue with Roxas is probably one of the most annoying parts in the entire game. And sadly, you can't skip this prologue. It kind of sucks, I know, but it is what it is.
Thieves.
That was low, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Nice comeback there, Blondie.
What'd you say?
You can give us back the... now.
Yeah, you're the only ones who would take it, you know?
That was undeniable proof that we totally owned you lamers. So what did you do? Burn it? Huh, not that we need some to prove that you're losers.
Replay.
Now you're talking. I guess if you get on your knees and beg, maybe I'll let it slide.
Roxas!
Where the hell did that come from? Hell, where the hell did these things come from in the first place? They just appeared. So, at this point, we get to choose our starting weapon, kind of. A standard struggle stick, but in different shapes. This had a handguard. It defends well against attacks. Prioritize defense? No. It looks almost like a staff. You can perform unusual attacks with this. Prioritize unusual attacks. In other words, magic. But magic won't come into play until later. A club used in strength battles. Its lightweight makes it easy to swing. Prioritize offense? No. Funny enough, there are actually 2 instances of this. This is the first of 2. And I'm pretty sure, depending on the choices you make here, determines your upgrade path, just like within the first Kingdom Hearts game. So what I mean by upgrade path is, as you level up and gain abilities, certain abilities unlock at certain levels, depending on which path you've taken. Like, you've taken the path of the Defender, then you'll get more defensive level ups first and foremost. And these also affect your stats too, your starting stats to be exact. Defense means, I believe, you gain additional defense and you also have some additional item slots to start with, or at least one more. Offense means you can hit harder, but your defense is kind of crap. And magic means that you can use more magic more often. In other words, you have more starting MP at a later point in time. But of course, like I said, magic is not really a thing right now, but it is something to keep in mind. So for this, I think I'm going to go with this one. This will do. Let's prioritize defense. You became calmer. Defense +1. I kind of need defense anyway.
Roxas, focus.
The gauge on the bottom right is the HP gauge. You lose HP when damage is taken, and the battle is over when HP reaches 0. The blue gauge on the bottom right is the MP gauge. It holds a mysterious power that is not yet available. When you approach a target, a yellow mark will appear. Press X to attack. Approach and attack Cypher. Okay. After hitting an enemy with an attack, continue attacking to unleash powerful combos. Press X successfully, or successively. Counter an enemy attack with your own to parry and nullify the attack. This action is also useful in a defensive stance. Interesting.
Come on. Quit playing around and fight.
Whatever you say, asshat.
Neo, loser.
You're the loser here, Cypher. Sit down.
Isn't this romantic? Don't leave me hanging.
So like I said, that additional defense really is coming in handy now. And it will be coming in handy throughout the course of this playthrough, which is going to be awesome.
Cypher's not feeling so hot, you know?
Tournament decides.
Yeah, sure. Yoink! Aha! There's the real thief.
What was that?
The thief?
Yeah, it is. So, the real thief finally emerges, and if anyone is familiar with the Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, you know that this thief is quite familiar. It is actually known as a Dusk, one of several nobodies in this game, one of the lesser known nobodies. Not like, say, on the levels of Roxas or Axel or Xemnas, any people like that. These are less common nobodies. Just saying. We have come for you, my liege.
Huh?
Oh my. Wonder what that's all about. Well, if you remember, Roxas technically left the organization via the end of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days after Shion's death and everything. And he's basically been out of there ever since.
It's no use. What?
Whoa. Suddenly a Keyblade!
What is this thing?
Well, whatever it is, it better help me beat the shit out of this thing, because for whatever reason, my little weapon before couldn't do shit. Oh boy. Now we can finally deal some damage. By the way, the reaction command for these things is the reversal command. What this will do is that it will allow you to quickly slide right behind the Dusk and get a good smack or two in, which is pretty sweet. And also throws it off guard too. Get close to grab orbs dropped by enemies when defeated. Yellow orbs increase money and green orbs restore health. Oh! That really was the thief, so the photos are now here. Well, looks like our names are cleared. That's pretty nice. I wonder if the word photo's been restored too. More than likely, yes.
What's this?
I was his first customer after he took over the shop. So we took a picture together.
It's a really nice photo. Oh,
Hey, you just said photo.
Told ya.
So, Roxas, tell us about the picture thief.
Not much to say. The pictures were just lying there.
Then how do we prove we weren't the ones who took them? It's a girl.
you look happy, Roxas.
Do not. So, like, anybody else notice that all the stolen pictures are of Roxas?
Oh, so that's why everyone thought it was us.
And Cypher didn't go around accusing us after all.
Are they really all of me? Yep.
See?
Look,
Right? Every
That's
single
kind
one.
of funny.
Wouldn't it be weird if the thief wanted to steal the real Roxas or something?
Come on, get serious. Why would anyone want to steal a bonehead like Roxas?
Oh, thanks.
Ooh, bright light. That's the power of the sun, people.
Where am I? Who's there? Who are you?
Restoration at 12%.
Organization miscreants. They found us.
But why would the nobody steal photographs?
Both are nothing but data to them. The fools could never tell the difference. We are running out of time. Namine must make haste.
Excuse me.
Ugh, where am I? What happened to my home? My island? Riku! Kai... Who are you?
They will come at you out of nowhere, as long as you continue to wield the Keyblade.
Hey, why don't you come with us? We can go to other worlds on our vessel.
Sora, go with them, especially if you want to find your friends.
Name's Goofy.
I'm Sora. I'll go with you guys.
The Heartless have great fear of the Keyblade.
That's right. The Keyblade.
So, this is the key.
But the boy is a problem. He found one of the keyholes.
A key blade?
I wonder what these mysterious dreams could all mean for Roxas. Well, that will soon be found out. I mean, not right now, obviously, but definitely later. Excuse me.
What was that about?
Donk.
Oh. Sorry about that.
I wonder who that mysterious person in the black coat was.
Thanks. Do you guys think we'll always be together like this?
I sure hope so.
Huh? Where did that come from?
Well, you know, just thinking out loud.
Well, I doubt we could be together forever. But isn't that what growing up's all about? What's important isn't how often we see each other, but how often we think about each other. Right?
Very true.
Get that off a fortune cookie?
That's it. No more ice cream for you. Man, today's turning out to be a drag.
Maybe because of yesterday's memory thief.
Nuh-uh. You know what it is? We don't want summer vacation to be over. That's all. So, how about this? We all go to the beach. Why do we go to the beach? Because we haven't gone once this entire vacation. Blue seas, blue skies. Let's just get on the train and go.
Sounds fun.
No? Oh, come on.
Maybe you forgot, but we're broke.
Maybe you forgot I'm smart.
To be honest, I would love to go to the beach myself again sometime soon. I mean, I went last year for my birthday, and that was a pretty fun time. Even though it was only for a few days during the off-season, I still had fun. It was fun just to kick back, relax, stare at the ocean, just spend time relaxing. It's definitely a good idea to get out of the house every now and again. And I would love to go to the beach again sometime soon. Now then, back to the game. Approach the light from the save reaction command to appear. Press triangle to open the save menu. That'll allow you to save your game. Okay, seems simple enough. And of course, I'm going to be saving in slot 3. Why slot 3? So I don't accidentally save over slot 1. Also, I'm going to create a second save file in slot 4. And overwrite this one. I know it seems kind of weird, but trust me. Yeah, this, believe it or not, was one of the blunders that occurred within the PlayStation 4 release of Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix. The save functionality of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix on PS4 was broken for like about 6 months of the game's original release. Why was it broken? Well, at random points, saving the game would crash it. And when that would happen, you would lose all progress since your previous save. And it occurred so often, it was like roughly a 90% crash rate. It was that bad. I mean, thankfully the problem is fixed now, but still, that was annoying how the game crashed so often. It was like, in order to minimize progress lost, you have to save as often as you possibly can. Like, every 5 minutes. And it was kind of chaotic. It's like if you've done too much and you go to save and then you lose progress, a lot of people got pissed. Personally, I never ran into the issue much at all, and I played this game, or at least this collection, before the glitch was fixed. And again, I never ran into the issue much myself, if at all. But again, that was a thing. And thankfully, we don't have to worry about that now, but still, that was one of several blunders that occurred. But thankfully, like I said, the problem's fixed, and it never resurfaced in the Xbox One release. Again, just saying. There are many other save points besides this one. Make good use of them, as they restore Roxas' HP and MP. And they do so in full. Hurry up, Roxas! I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to leave this place without saving your progress first. Or at the very least, opening up the save menu. We're going to Market Street. Also, this game introduces a brand new series of items to the game. One of them is known as the map. Finding a map is pretty easy to do. I mean, for the first few worlds, we'll automatically be given the map. But even so, after a certain point, like very early on, we'll have to find the map ourselves on our very own. And it's gonna be fun, let me tell you.
Just 2 days to go. You and I have to make the finals. That way, no matter who wins, 4 of us split the prize.
Agreed.
Okay, you're on. You two are gonna clean up.
Go get him.
It's a promise.
Now, let's get down to business. 1 ticket to the beach is 900 money, so how much for 4 of us? 3,600 money. And 300 each to spend there. What's that for all of us? 1,200 money, a total of 4,800 money. To spend on what? Pretzels, of course. What else is there? Well, there's always watermelon. Too pricey. They're like 2,000 money a piece. Pretzels it is. So, where were we? We need 4,800 money altogether, but all we have is... I got 800. 650. 150. Sorry. 151, Bob. Actual retail price is 3,200 money. Come on down. Okay. That's 1,600 money. We need another 3,200. Let's find ourselves some odd jobs and earn some dough. We'll have until the train leaves to earn 800 money each. Meet at the station with cash in hand. Didn't he say he had it covered? Whatever, those pretzels are sounding pretty good. Funny enough, I could go for a soft pretzel right about now. The main menu can be opened with the options button, which on PS3 is the start button. When view status and money and change configuration settings, the menu cannot be opened during battle. Duh. Roxas' journal contains hints on what to do next and past events. Anyway, let's take a look at the configuration options we have here. We have several different options. We can change the field camera from auto to manual, right analog stick. Oddly enough, you can change this from the camera controls to menu controls if you wish. Camera controls, you can change what up and down will work, how it'll work. Reverse means it'll invert those controls. I'm going to keep them on original for right now until I can get a better feel. Summon effects won't really come into play until quite a ways later, when summons come into effect. But what this will do is that auto means for the first time you summon a creature or an entity, their animations will play in full. But anytime you would repeat the summon, then the animation will just be cut out entirely. Full means you show the full summon effects every single time you summon the person. None means you don't show any of the effects at all. You summon, there they are, get to work. Navigation map, you can choose to display the map on the top right hand corner of the screen, provided if you found one. Vibration, you can change this to on or off if you wish. Command menu, this is pretty neat. You can choose to keep the Kingdom Hearts 2 layout of the command menu, or you can change it to the classic Kingdom Hearts 1 menu. In Kingdom Hearts 2, each of the command menus, for every world you visit, the command menu is different for each and every world. So if you don't like those menus and you find them to be a bit too distracting, you can switch it to the classic Kingdom Hearts 1 menu icons, and you can work with those perfectly fine. I'm going to keep them on Kingdom Hearts 2 because I like those fancy menus, and they're not really that distracting at all, to me. And of course, Journal, you can view all kinds of information here. Although it doesn't really display much right now, just the current synopsis and your current objective. Stats means you can view the status of all of your characters. Roxas at the moment is the only one who we can view. You can view his current level, stats such as strength, magic, defense. Our defense is 3, which is not too bad starting out. We can also view the amount of experience we gain throughout the course of the game, and how much experience we need to gain another level up. We can also view how much HP we have, MP, and AP. AP doesn't come into play until a little bit later, but regardless, I believe for critical mode you will get 50 AP by default? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that in critical mode you start with 50, but in any other mode from Proud and under, you get less. Bonus level, I'm not really too sure what this is. A level which increased by defeating certain enemies. HP and MP increases and special powers are gained by leveling up. Oh, okay, so whenever you defeat like a boss or something, like a major boss, it doesn't actually affect your level per se. But what it does is that it will actually increase your bonus level. And this is another way you can increase your stats. But if you're doing a challenge run, then you don't need to worry about gaining experience from bosses. But we'll worry about that when we get to it later. Let's apply for work. Funny enough, despite what Hayner said, we don't need all that much money in order to proceed forward. All we need to do is just do like 1 or 2 jobs, and then afterwards we can just bounce if we wish. I will be showing off all the jobs and just be trying to do as best as I can at least once. So, let's show off mail delivery. Let's go. Deliver all the letters. Complete the job quickly to earn lots of money. And again, the controls are pretty straightforward. Just move with the left analog stick. Press triangle for the reaction command of delivering the letter. Press X, square, or circle to do some nice tricks, if you so wish, to extend your airtime. And I believe the circle button allows you to jump into the air. So this job is pretty simple. All we need to do here is just simply deliver all of the letters and we have to do it pretty quickly in order to get the biggest payout. And I don't think that was it. Thanks, you're a big help. Then again, yeah, that was the best reward. I believe the best reward you can get is 50 money for that particular job, and you have to complete it within 15 seconds. Alright, next, cargo climb. Take the cargo to the garage on the top of the hill. Push the cargo with a weapon. If pushed at the right time, the cargo will move ahead. Moving the cargo could be dangerous, so be careful. So what that means is, as we're pushing this up the hill, the cargo has a chance to jump into the air. And when it does, you kind of need to fall back a little bit and then give it another whack. Or, if you're feeling like risking it for the biscuit, you can actually whack it while it's in the air and give it a big fat push. And once you get the cargo up the hill, you're good. All done. And with under 30 seconds. Pretty sweet. Good job. Again, max payout. Now we have Grand Stager. Want to be famous? Looking for someone to put on a great street performance. This really isn't that complex. Impress the crowd by keep hitting the ball afloat. Don't let the ball touch the ground. The longer the ball is kept in the air, the more money you will earn. In other words, we just need to keep doing combos, keep the ball in the air, and don't let it touch the ground. Honestly, this can be kind of a difficult game, especially if you're unfamiliar with the combat. And also, it really isn't easy keeping the ball in the air. Again, you need to time your combos and your swings just right in order to keep the ball in the air. Again, I'm not 100% sure what the max combo is in order to receive the biggest payout. If I have to guess, it's probably about 30-ish hits. Might be 50. Not 100% sure. Thankfully, the range that Roxas has at the start of the game, it is very, very generous. So again, you don't really need to chase the ball around all that much. Hell, you don't even need to jump into the air necessarily. All you really need to do is just keep a lock on it as much as humanly possible. And when it's approaching the ground, swing. And by the way, you have 5 tries in total. 89, not too bad. Wow, you're the best! Yeah, I'm pretty sure the max combo you need is 50. And that's really about it. By the way, even though there is that bulletin board right there, that's not the only series of jobs that are available here. There's actually a second series of jobs that you can choose to take on right over here within the town square. Here we have poster delivery, or poster duty, bubble buster, and junk sweep. Attention, attention, I need someone who can run fast and put up posters in designated areas. Let's go. Put up all the posters. Search for available areas and press triangle to put up the poster. When there is more than one available area, press triangle rapidly to put up the poster. Complete the job quickly to earn lots of money. Again, max payout is 50 money, and we just need to put up 20 posters. If you want to know what the poster is, it's the struggle poster. Talk about an epic struggle, am I right? Well, trust me folks, it's gonna be a fun game. And we'll get to that soon enough, that much I can guarantee. Unfortunately, we can't move very fast right now. It sucks, I know, but it is what it is. Kind of surprised that worked. Okay. Gotta love them reaction commands. Again, whenever you see one, hit it, always. It will only benefit you. With one exception. And that's not until like the very end of the game. Okay, 109.31. That may not have been the fastest route, but hey, it works. Fantastic! I owe you one. 100 money. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive, considering that 100 money is more than some of the previous jobs. I think that's the max payout you can get for these series of jobs here. Also, I'm changing the camera controls for up and down at least, because awkwardness. Bubble Buster. There are bees everywhere. I need them taken care of. Okay, let's go. Get rid of the bees. Watch out, the bees will attack after they've stopped moving. Complete the job quickly to earn lots of money. So, in other words, we're pest control. Seriously, I hate these bees. I hate bees in real life. So it goes to show that at least I get to take out my frustrations against the bees here in this game. That's pretty nice. Thankfully, the bees don't really deal hardly any damage at all, so you don't need to worry about dying whatsoever. Alright. Okay, that was not a very good payout. Mainly because I was so damn slow. Whatever. I'm just worried about doing the job, that's it. Now for junk sweep. A dirty job. Will someone lend a hand disposing some junk? Sure. Get rid of all the junk in the area. When hitting the junk, try to aim for other piles. The less swings you take to get rid of the junk, the more money you can make. This is probably the hardest to complete as far as jobs are concerned. At least when it comes to the maximum payout. So for this, I would recommend doing a short hop into the air and then doing a simple 3-hit combo. Or completely failing miserably. Passable, I'd say. Wow, really? I thought that was pretty damn good. You know what, I'm doing it one more time. By the way, if you feel like you've messed up too badly, you could always just hit pause, select quit, and then reload the job. Again, I feel as though you gotta make sure that you don't hit the ground. Strangely, for whatever reason, sometimes the game just decides to say screw you and count one swing as 2 swings. I don't know why that is. Fine work indeed. Okay, so that's the second best reward. So, trying to figure out the minimum number of swings needed to, well, get the best results. Really, it isn't. It's pretty difficult to say. If I have to guess, you probably have to beat it within 5 swings, and then you'll be fine. Heener said he'd take care of things, but I knew something like this would happen. You can start work at this board or at the tram command board, or common board. Heener went up the hill. It looks like he's waiting at the station plaza. It seems he's got some things to do, so I'm going to try hard too. Okay. And like I said, you don't really need that much money. Really, you don't. Just do a couple of jobs and you're good to go. This should cover expenses. Nah, I've earned enough. Let's go. All present and accounted for? What have we got? Let's see. Just this. Good job.
Nice work, everyone. Added to what we started with, we now have, ta-da, 5,000 money.
Sweet.
Let's get tickets.
By the way, the amount of money you have, or at least she says...
We can't be together forever, so we'd better make the time we do have something to remember. Huh? Gotcha.
Ass. So like I was saying, regardless of the amount of money you do get, it'll always add up to 5,000 money no matter what. I don't know why that is. Probably because of everyone else. And by the way, the compliment... Whoa. What the hell?
Huh?
It's that stink from before. Looks like someone was holding a grudge.
Huh?
What the hell?
What?
Roxas! 3 minutes! Okay.
That was weird. It was like he was there, and then the next minute, he's gone.
4 students. Roxas, the money. Wait. No.
Oh, crap.
He took it.
Where are you going?
Remember when I fell? I had the money before that. I bet that guy took it.
Guy?
He couldn't have gotten too far.
What are you talking about? There was no guy.
Huh? But he... There wasn't? Really? Oh, boy. There wasn't anyone there?
That was unfortunate.
It's melting.
Sorry.
Cheer up already.
That was definitely weird, though.
Strange.
You said it.
Can you feel Sora?
The hell?
Can you feel Sora?
Restoration at 28%.
Namine. Hurry.
Hurry, Namine. Or else we will die.
Is it really that hard to make a beach?
We'd be giving the enemy another entry point.
And this?
We can always buy some sea salt ice cream. Objects from that town must be kept out of the real world. You can delete that.
As the key-bearer, you must already know. One must not meddle in the affairs of other worlds.
So many places I want to see. I know I'll get there someday.
Thus, I do hereby dub the junior heroes.
Hey, what do you mean, junior heroes?
You rookies still don't understand what it takes to be a true hero.
I wish for your freedom, Genie.
Ow!
Sally, why didn't I listen to you?
Don't feel bad, Jack. We'll come up with another plan for Halloween. Next time, we'll do it together.
Power!
I have Mushu! Or are you too cool to play them now that you have the Keyblade?
Riku? What are you doing here? Did you find her? I still can't believe it. I really flew. Wait till I tell Kite. I wonder if she'll believe me. Probably not. I'm searching too.
For your light, don't lose sight of it.
Sora, where are you going?
I'm gonna
Away.
go look for my friends. They're waiting for me. Well, where are Donald and Goofy?
Instead of worrying about them, you should be asking about her.
Who are you? Huh?
What the hell? The third day. Oh boy. I wonder what that is all about. So many questions, yet so little answers. Meet at the train station. Today's the day we hit the beach, and don't sweat about the money. Hainer. Aww. Again, at least he's understanding, knowing that accidents happen. Things, sadly, may appear or just appear out of control, like out of your control. Like, it's kind of that's just what friends are for. At least they're understanding, and it's not like this is a common everyday occurrence. Otherwise, they would not trust Roxas with the money to save their lives. Just saying.
Hey.
Morning.
Good morning. What the? Who activated Chaos Control? Was it you?
Hello, Roxas.
Hi.
Who are you?
And you are...
I wanted to meet you at least once.
me?
Yes, you.
Olette dragged me along to go shopping.
Hey, you wanna come with us?
Wait. Did you just see that? He's stalling.
Very well then. We'll see you later, Roxas. Okay?
Okay.
Did she go to that haunted mansion?
Maybe. Then again, maybe she went to get ice cream. Whoa! What the hell is this? Whoa! Hi! How are y'all doing? You ready to party? You ready to dance?
Let me go!
Oh boy.
Hey, chicken wuss.
Cute. Cute reference.
I don't know, but they've already crossed the line. Find a weapon.
Again, not sure where that bat came from. Alright, let's deal with this asshat. Well, this is definitely not a good time. Ow.
Not good.
Whoa! Someone activated Chaos Control again! And yet, these things are still moving along with us. The hell is that all about?
Roxas, use the Keyblade.
You! Whoa! Weird light. Pretty. So, remember before with the 3 weapons of choice? Well, we get another series of choices here again. And this, like I said, welcome to the station of Sanctuary. I think that's what it was. Regardless, like I said, this These weapons will determine our upgrade path and our levels and abilities of which we will be getting from this point going forward. Let's take a look here and see what we got. The shield is sturdy. A shield like this could block just about anything. Is protection important? Let's take a look here. Just looking at this blade seems to give you strength. And the magic wand, the staff seems mystical, just like holding it would grant you wisdom. Is wisdom important? And again, your choice of weapon will determine what abilities you get and when. I mean, you will get them all eventually, just some abilities you'll get sooner than others. And I think I'm going to go with the shield. Why? Because protection is very important. Receive the power of the Guardian. Hey there, boys. Ready to dance? Defeat all the mysterious enemies. By the way, I'm pretty sure that... Honestly, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Nice. And we received our first bonus level up, Aerial Recovery. Roxas has gained the use of abilities. Equip abilities from the main menu. After winning important battles, you level up, increasing various parameters and learning new attacks. You can also level up by gaining experience from defeating enemies. When you're having a tough time with enemies, level Roxas up before moving on. In other words, grind. What's this? Boop. A potion. The item command has been added. Use up or down on the D-pad to select items and press X. Selecting items and select the item and use and press X. Press L1 and X for a shortcut. This setting can be changed in the main menu. And trust me, when we get more abilities, we will be utilizing the shortcuts a lot. And I mean a lot. Be careful. Beyond that door lies a completely different world. But don't be afraid. Don't stop walking. From here on, when HP becomes 0, it is game over. Make sure to restore HP when HP gets low. And it's very important to keep that in mind. Trust me. And now we're into auto reload. When an item is consumed, they will automatically re-equip the same item. When an item is used, they will be re-equipped at the end of the battle. The item will be equipped after the battle. Setting up auto reload is pretty simple. From customize, select the character to set the command with, select an item, select auto reload on, which can be done by pushing triangle. When an ability is equipped, the character will power up. There are many types of abilities with many effects. Abilities cost AP to equip and can be equipped upon the AP gauge until the AP gauge is full. From abilities, select the character you would like to equip abilities for, select an ability, select equip to equip the chosen ability. Use the triangle to change abilities, and also equip them instantly. And like I said, within critical mode, you will get access to several more abilities besides what we have currently equipped. Of course, we have aerial recovery, which is one, but some of these other abilities, I believe we will start with upon starting the game in critical mode, which are finishing plus, reaction boost, draw, lucky times 2, magic hastera, and no experience. Basically, what no experience will do is that it will disable your ability to gain any additional experience. And for whatever reason, it costs 1 AP to equip in this game. I don't know why that is. Honestly, you should not turn on this ability unless you're doing like a level 1 run. Which I'm not going to do. Because, well, the game's already hard enough as is. If you want to give yourself an extra challenge, then feel free to equip no experience. So, and like I said, I'm pretty sure in critical mode you start with 50 AP by default. And I believe in lower difficulties such as Proud mode and under, you start with less. And by the way, there are what are known as weapon abilities. Depending on the weapon you have equipped, it may come with its own additional ability, which does not consume AP and is automatically equipped and cannot be turned off. And that is damage control for, in this instance, with the Keyblade. Halves damage taken at critical moments. Equip 2 to accelerate the effect. So in other words, when your HP is low, you'll take less damage. But if you want to equip multiple damage control abilities, then the effect will start sooner. I would definitely recommend you equip every ability that you get your hands on, especially in critical mode, and equip those immediately. With some exceptions here and there, but we'll cross that road when we get to it. Right now, we have some work to do. Let's head on through. By the way, you could just run right past these things and then proceed onward to the next area, but I do not recommend you do this. Instead, what I would recommend you do instead is level up a bit. And by a bit, I mean, obviously, by at least one more level, up to either level 2 or level 3 is recommended before proceeding. By the way, when you're choosing to equip or unequip abilities, you definitely need to keep in mind as to what those abilities do, as equipping the wrong ability could hamper you more than it can help you. So, aerial recovery, what this will do is that it allows you to quickly regain balance with circle when knocked down. So if you're being tossed into the air, you can quickly recover by pushing circle. Reaction boost increases damage dealt using reaction commands by 50%. Equip more to increase the effect. Finishing plus unleashes successive finishing moves after combos. Definitely worth having this equipped. Draw means you can bring in more orbs closer to you from further away. Lucky will bring up your luck by increasing the drop rate of items. Equip the whole party to further increase the drop rate. And you can actually stack this effect with the same character if you wish. MP Hastera increases MP restoration rate by 50% after MP is fully consumed. Equip more to increase the effect. Definitely worth equipping, trust me. Although at this point in the game you don't need to worry about magic so much. But even so, definitely worth equipping, especially when we finish up with Roxas. Just saying. Nice. And as you can see, our first level up is a defense increase, which is pretty nice to have. Also be careful when combating enemies near loading zones, because more often than not, you may end up accidentally being knocked into a loading zone. And that's not fun when that occurs. Trust me. Ow. Oh, sweet. Free potion. Yoink. Another one. Cool. Well, that definitely helps. And like I said, if you do level up before heading into a boss area, you definitely want to return to a previous area in order to set the game's checkpoint. Whenever you leave an area and then proceed to a new one, it marks a checkpoint. So, any experience you gain within one area, and if you accidentally were to kick the bucket, you would lose that experience gained within that area unless you leave the area and then re-enter. Okay. By the way, I believe for this area alone, I'm pretty sure this is the only place in the entire game that does not feature its own sort of border for the commands. All other areas have their own command menu. Just this one uses the classic Kingdom Hearts 1 one. And if you prefer this option, you can change it in the main menu if you wish. Okay. Ow. Nice. By the way, if you're wondering whether or not it's possible to fully maximize your level within this first area alone, yes it is. It is definitely 110% possible, but it's tedious and as all hell, and it takes for goddamn ever. I would not recommend doing that, because there are several other ways you can level up yourself more efficiently. Of course, we'll have to wait until much later in the game to be able to do something like that, but even so. Just saying. Alright, let's proceed. See how much we can do here. Oh my. That's a big boy. Oh boy, he is very big and he looks nasty. So with this boss fight, this is the first boss fight that will truly test your might of using reaction commands. As you can see, we are kind of trapped here, but again, this will this is basically the perfect opportunity to teach you how reaction commands work, and also will teach you the proper uses of these reaction commands. Trust me. It's going to come in real handy. Whoa! The hell? Whoa! Okay, that is pretty damn cool. Strangely, I don't know why, but this attack appears in slow motion. I guess, again, not to intimidate the player. To say, hey, you're supposed to use a reaction command here. Ow, 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 ow. Potion, damn it! I will be honest, I have not seen this particular attack before. Ow. This guy definitely does give you one hell of a fight, that's for sure. I'm honestly surprised I have to use all of my potions now during this one battle. Now I kind of wish I had more recovery items besides just the 3 potions. But it is what it is. Also, it is possible to use the reversal command to get up to this thing's head, but for whatever reason, it's just not targeting me in the right way. But this next series of attacks should be enough to defeat it. And hopefully I won't get killed immediately. I mean, if I do end up kicking the bucket, it really won't be that big of a deal. It just means I'll have to level up like one more time before attempting this again. Which I'm okay with, honestly. Take that! Whee! That's probably one of my favorite attacks, or one of my favorite reaction commands in this game. It's just so damn spectacular. There we go! Whew, that was close. Max HP increased, and we learned Guard. One of the essential abilities for the entire game. Trust me. Oh boy. Whoa, who's reaching out to us? Looks like it's Naminé.
My name is Naminé.
Pleased to meet you.
Roxas. Do you remember your true name?
Say no more, Naminé.
But if no one tells him, Roxas will...
It's best he doesn't know the truth.
Hey, you're that pickpocket. Whoa!
Heh. Funny.
Cypher, strike a pose, you know?
How's this?
That's totally perfect, you know? How about one more, you know?
What's that for?
Keepsake.
Those freaks in the white jumpsuits are gone, you know?
Cakewalk.
What were those things?
Outsiders, that's what. And if they don't wise up to the rules around here, I might have to take disciplinary measures.
Oh yeah, Cypher's always looking after the town, you know?
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Wait up!
Hey, no chickening out of the tournament tomorrow.
We'll be waiting, you know?
I don't doubt it.
So, you hung out with Cypher's gang today? No, it's not like that. Oh yeah. How was the beach? Wasn't that today?
We didn't go. It wouldn't be the same without you, right?
Sorry. Hey, how about we go tomorrow? We could get those pretzels and...
I promised I'd be somewhere.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh.
You and I have to make the finals. That way, no matter who wins, the 4 of us split the prize.
Okay, you're on. You two are gonna clean up.
Go get him.
It's a promise. I'm out of here.
Well then, see you tomorrow.
Restoration at 48%.
Can this go any slower?
Was that nominee made of data?
No. Namine hijacked the data herself. Look what she's done now. She's totally beyond my control.
Calm down.
It doesn't matter. As long as Namine accomplishes her goal, we needn't worry about what befalls Roxas.
It's up to me. Only the Keyblade Master can open the secret door and change the world.
Well, I'm not gonna betray Sora either.
My friends are my power.
So, your heart won this battle.
It is I, and some. Lead me into everlasting darkness!
Sora! Forget it. There's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart. Kyrie.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
No matter where we are, our hearts will bring us together again.
Take this. It's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
Don't worry, I will.
Promise? Don't ever forget. Wherever you go, I'm always with you.
Right. Promise. What a mess.
Onward to the 4th day. Don't worry, folks, we're almost done with this. Hurry to the Sandlot, you're gonna be late.
Who are you gonna root for?
Both of them, silly.
Funny how they shoot off fireworks during the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, struggle fiends of Twilight Town, it's time for summer's most sizzling clash. That's right, today is the day for the struggle and title match. Who will be the one to break through the ranks and take on our champion Setzer? Cypher! You know?
Cute.
And who will leave today as our new struggle champion?
Gainer! Roxas!
Yes, the crowd is fired up, so you know what comes next. Let's
Hey now, it's time to introduce today's combatants. The 4 bad boys who struggled their way through the preliminaries. Regular finalist and head of the Twilight Disciplinary Committee, Cypher. Completely out of nowhere. Who knew he'd make it so far this year? Vivi! An underground favorite and local attitude problem, Hayner! It's his first trip to the finals. And struggler number 4, who happens to be my absolute favorite customer, Roxas! So, who will win this sweltering summer struggle? Who will take home the grand prize? The summa cum laude of struggle, the 4 Crystal Trophy! And a chance to take on our defending champion, Setzer! It won't be long now, folks. I suggest our challengers go over the official struggle rules before we begin.
Speaking of the struggle rules, it's really not that complex. Although there is a save point right here, and I would highly recommend that you would use this. Because with struggle, it is a bit of a struggle. Depending on the difficulty, of course. Critical is going to be where things really start to get fun. I believe you can also practice your struggle skills against some of the other combatants, if you really wish to do so before participating in the tournament, but I'm jumping straight in. First, listen to the referee explain the rules. Nice translation. Then I'll start the tournament. When it's your turn, come speak to me. Okay. So the ref, I believe, is right here. Back in the day, I used to practice battling with friends. Practicing is the only way you'll get stronger. Cypher might be a good opponent. Oh, he's the ref, right here. All participants should hear the rules. Okay, let's listen. You already know the rules, but a refresher can't hurt. Too true. It's easy. You each got 100 orbs. Attack to take away your opponent's orbs. That's all you have to do. Land a hit and your opponent will drop orbs. But if you're hit, you'll be the one losing the orbs, so watch out. Keep collecting orbs. When the match is over, the participants with the most orbs wins. When you're ready, go talk to the tournament promoter. He's in the ring. There are 2 ways you can win the struggle game. You can win by either holding on to more orbs than your opponent, as the referee said, or go balls to the wall and steal every orb your opponent has. If you manage to pull that off, you win automatically. Just saying. Alright, time to begin. I hope you practice battling someone. Are you ready to take on Hayner? Hell yeah, let's get started. Let's go, buddy.
Hey, sorry about yesterday.
What? You still worried about that? You need to learn to let that stuff go.
I got a lot on my mind.
Sorry, man. Wait, what am I sorry for?
Let's do our best, Hayner.
Our first match of today's struggle tournament will be between Roxas and his best friend, Hayner.
Let's go. And we get a nice refresher of the rules too. Battle the opponent for control of 200 orbs. Who has the most orbs at the end is the winner. Attack the opponent to make him drop orbs. Watch the opponent's movements and counter them. Whenever possible, don't let the enemy counterattack. One strategy is to run around until time runs out. That is a legit strategy. And one I would highly recommend anyone playing on lower difficulties such as beginner and stuff of that nature. Also, don't be afraid to just run around and try to collect as many orbs as you can. By the way, you can also choose to... you can also pick up any orbs that you happen to drop, whether it be from you or your opponent. That is one way you can... Ow. By the way, if your health drops to 0, then you lose automatically. Also, you cannot use items at all in this battle. I'm dead. Oh, man. Wow. I got my ass kicked hard. Well, that was definitely weird. That was actually pretty lame. Okay. Let's try this again. One thing I would definitely recommend that you do for these struggle tournaments, especially early on, is instead of doing ground combos, stick to air combos. They come out much faster than ground combos do, and don't leave you open anywhere near as long. Sure, you don't get fancy finishing plus or anything like that when doing air combos, but like I said, it's worth it. By the way, one thing worth mentioning here is that even though your health can be depleted to 0, your opponents cannot.
And the winner is Roxas! Not even friendship will slow this kid down, and Hayner put up a great fight too.
I lost. Oh, I can't believe it. I guess I taught you well. I had a lot of fun fighting you. Yeah, well, I didn't, wise guy. Hey, let's find a way to cheer you up. Nah, that's all right.
Out of the way.
You in a rush to lose?
Hi, Vivi. Something seems off here about Vivi.
Don't mess with your elders.
Whoa! Just look at those sparks fly. I guess Cypher didn't expect to fight one of his own boys.
When did Vivi get so tough?
You're mine.
I'm not sure what just happened. But the winner is Vivi in a positively blistering comeback.
What comeback? That was more like a slaughter fest.
That's not Vivi.
Huh?
Thrash him.
Yeah, something definitely seems off about Vivi here.
It looks like Cypher's withdrawn from the struggle for 3rd place.
So I'm in 3rd now? Oh, baby!
Congrats, Hayner. You get to progress via forfeit. Cute. But yeah, apparently, I think if your health drops to 0, you can retry a round in the struggle tournament, I'm pretty sure. Minus the championship round, that is. But I believe if you do lose, then you just lose. Time for the final match. Are you ready? Hell yeah.
clean, fellas.
And now, the match you've been waiting for. Roxas versus Vivi!
Seems like Vivi is wide open, but no, he is well trained in the art of the struggle. Really? I don't know how I whiffed that one attack. That was weird. So when it comes to fighting Vivi, the idea of this is just simply waiting for him to attack and then counterattack. Okay. Well, looks like I'm gonna be winning via having more orbs. Ow! I win. You're cute. Trying to push me around. Whoa, what the hell? Someone's going and activated Chaos Control again. Chaos Control! But wait. Something's definitely off here. Whoa! Hi!
Again?
Again. Great. So, looks like this struggle tournament is rudely interrupted by these asshats again. Fun! Right? Now, for this battle, if you do end up kicking the bucket here, it's a game over. And you will have to fight Vivi all over again, I'm pretty sure. Also, I'm pretty sure you fight these guys regardless if you win or lose. Against Vivi. Just saying. Whew. Who are you?
Roxas. All right. Fight, fight, fight. You really don't remember. It's me. You know, Axel.
Your best friend.
Axel?
Talk about blank with a capital B. Man, oh man. Even the Dusks aren't gonna crack this one.
Wait
Oh,
a sec. Tell me what's going on.
This town is his creation, right? Which means we don't have time for a Q&A. You're coming with me, conscious or not. Then you'll hear the story. Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Every Kingdom Hearts fan ever.
Number 13. Roxas. The Keyblade's chosen one.
Okay, fine. You asked for it.
Great. Guess we're gonna be fighting Axel. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
That's more like it.
This is gonna be the first of a couple of instances we're gonna be fighting Axel throughout the course of the game. Just saying. And just like with the Dusts, I believe if you kick the bucket here, you get a game over. Oh, nice. That was easy enough. And we got scanned. A very essential ability you should always have equipped no matter what.
So it was you.
Roxas! This man speaks nonsense.
Roxas! Don't let him deceive you!
Roxas!
Roxas!
Roxas! Roxas! Roxas!
Painter! Pence! Olette!
Oh my. Well, that was definitely odd.
What? What just happened?
Huh? How did I get here?
Well.
Roxas!
Ladies and gentlemen, Roxas, our new top struggler.
Cool.
Roxas?
Roxas, it's starting.
The final match, the championship match. At this point, it really doesn't matter whether you win or lose against Setzer. If you do win, you get a pretty nice item for early game. But if you lose, it's really not that big of a deal. So, whether I win or lose here, it really doesn't matter at this point. And now for the title match. Are you all set? Are you ready to take on Setzer? Hell yeah, let's get this party started.
You two, play fair now. You're at the top of the bracket.
There's only room for one up here.
Well, may the best man win.
Hey, Rucksack. How about you throw the match for me?
How about no?
Roxas! Focus!
Let me win, and I'll make it worth your while.
How about bite me?
Roxas, our underdog hero, versus Setzer, our defending champion. The winner of this match will be the true champion. That's bragging rights for a whole year, folks.
Whatever you think is right, you're wrong. And that is a big mistake.
Whatever you say, asshat. Bring it. So when it comes to this match against Setzer, Setzer is probably the most aggressive out of all of the opponents that you'll be facing in the Struggle Tournament. And again, when it comes to battling Setzer during the Struggle match, it's not a bad idea to just run around, collect at least one orb from him, and hold on to them until the end of the match and let the clock run out. That's a very, very legit strategy. Also, Setzer will try to counterattack you or parry you. You need to watch his animations carefully.
This isn't what we agreed on.
Boop! I mean... Wow, that was easy. Way to steal the thunder, Hayner.
You did it!
That was awesome, Roxas!
There it is, folks. The championship belt. Again, you'll get a different cutscene if you lose to Setzer, and another sort of cutscene if you lose to Scyther, or even Hayner for that matter. None of those scenes I've actually seen, because I never lose in the struggle matches. With the exception of today, of course, but that loss did not count because my HP dropped to 0. So, with the champion belt, we'll get increased fire, blizzard, and thunder resistance. Again, very nice item to have for early game, especially in critical mode. But again, it's not required in order to progress. And upon winning the tournament, upon defeating all of your other opponents from Hayner, Scyther, and Vivi, you get the struggle trophy no matter what. Trophy from the Struggle Tournament. It is decorated with 4 crystals. Neat. This is definitely something to truly remember.
As promised. Thanks a ton, Roxas.
One more treasure for us to share.
Yes, indeed.
I've got a present too, for all of us.
Whoa.
Ice cream! Whoa! Oh boy, he dead. He a dead man. I'm surprised he hasn't fallen off the tower any other point in the game until now.
Kyrie, wait up! Hey, do you feel like going out to the island? Titus and Walk are all wrapped up in their ball game, and they won't go with me. Not today. Sorry. Aw, why not?
Do you remember those boys who used to hang out with us?
Riku?
Yeah.
I wonder whatever happened to him. I sure miss him.
He's far away. But I know we'll see him again.
Sure. Of course we will.
And the other boy?
What other boy?
The one who was with Riku and me all the time. We played together on that island. His voice always used to be there. And now it's gone. I can't think of his face or his name. I feel awful about it. So I told myself, I'm not going to the island until I remember everything about him.
Are you sure you didn't make him up?
Nominate?
Oh my.
Nominate. What's happening to me?
Who are you? And that's not my name. I'm Kyrie.
Kyrie. I know you. You're that girl he likes.
Who? Please, a name.
I'm Roxas.
Okay, Roxas. But can you tell me his name?
You don't remember my name? Thanks a lot, Kyrie.
Huh?
Okay, I guess I can give you a hint. Starts with an S.
Sonic? Shadow? Silver? Snow?
Are you okay?
What happened there, I believe Roxas and Kyrie's heart were currently connecting with one another. And yes, I know what I said. This will be explained at a future point in time. But not in this game. I mean, like, way later.
Kyrie? What's that?
A letter. I wrote it yesterday. To the boy I can't remember. I said that no matter where he is, I'll find him. One day. And when I stopped writing, I remembered we made a promise. Something important. This letter is where it starts, I know it.
Wow. I hope he gets it.
He will. Starts with an S. Right? Sora?
Looks like Kyrie finally remembers Sora.
Restoration at 79%.
That took long enough.
His progress is astounding.
So, what happened?
Namine's encounter with Roxas put his heart in contact with Kyrie's. And that in turn affected Sora. See?
Namine. She's a wonder.
She wasn't born like other nobodies. She can interfere with the hearts and memories of Sora and those aligned with him.
But whose nobody is she?
I could tell you. But first, perhaps you could tell me your true name.
It's Ansem.
Ha! Cute. I'm with Diz on this one. That is quite hilarious.
It's an honor, Ansem.
No way! It's too soon. You can't seriously get rid of him.
It's an order. Why do you hesitate? You who has been ruthless towards those who turn their backs on the organization.
But it's not like that. He didn't betray us. He can't come back.
If he doesn't return, you know what you must do. Or you will face the consequences.
So you'll turn me into a dusk. All right, I'll do it if that's what you want.
Dreaming. But which parts were the dream?
That is actually a very good question. Why are you so pouty today?
Only 3 days left of summer vacation, so don't even mention that assignment.
But we agreed we'd get it finished today.
Yesterday, I fell off the station tower, didn't I?
You wouldn't be here if you did.
But man, that was a close one.
Stop changing the subject.
Okay already. You win. We'll do the homework. Stupid independent study. So, anybody got any bright ideas for a topic?
Maybe we could study the stuff that's happening to me. You know, the dreams and the guys in white.
Forget it.
Why?
You know, things have been weird with you in the town since the photos were stolen, right?
Well, tomorrow, we're all gonna search the town and find out what's been going on.
Lots of people are helping out.
All that for me? I'll go get some ice cream.
There's this strange rumor going around. Want to hear it? You know, the stone steps at Sunset Station? We use them all the time without even thinking about it. But, and then this is the weird part, the steps count different going up and down. Seriously? And there are 6 other weird stories like that. It's like the 7 Wonders of Twilight Town. We should investigate those for our school project. Pence, you're a genius! There might be other rumors going around too. Let's split up. I'm gonna look for the 7 Wonders. Olette and I will find some new rumors. Come on. That leaves you and me, Roxas. Let's try the train first. To the station. Don't we need money to ride the train? The station's just up the slope. Let's go to the train and go to the central station. I think the town line's still free of charge, so it won't cost anything. That's nice. Considering that we're kind of flat broke right now. Just saying. Okay, let's get moving. Now then, the 7 Wonders of Twilight Town. This is gonna be pretty damn fun to get through. I mean, it's nothing really complicated or anything like that. It really isn't. It is kind of interesting how we just walk up to the train station, hop on a train, and just go.
The time has come. Our hunt for the 7 Wonders begins. Whoa. Find new rumors already?
Nothing on Market Street.
You twerps aren't gonna scoop us. We're going to the terrace with you.
Hayner, it's not a race.
Well, it is now. Come on, we can all go.
Again? Don't you just love it when things get stolen out of nowhere for no reason? Especially when it's something treasured. That's just the worst.
Olette, hurry! Huh. Aren't these the steps you talked about? The ones that count different going up and down?
Actually, it's the stupidest thing ever, but...
What?
Rye's the one who counted. He's like, every time I count, it's different. You know?
So, he just counted wrong?
That's the most logical choice. Or the most logical explanation.
Hey, no words.
Okay, well, that was definitely something. Also, there is another save point here, and you can also return to the previous area if you so desire. But, honestly, if you want to progress through the game, you definitely gotta go through here. That's for sure. Alright, Hayner, let's see what you're up to. I have a map of the 7 Wonders. If you're lost, come see me. And as far as this map is concerned, all the 7 Wonders are clearly marked on this map. We have, of course, the Spooky Steps, which has already been solved. The Friend from Beyond the Wall, this is kind of interesting. The Moans from the Tunnel, the Doppelganger, and the Animated Bag. Interesting. Also, I believe within this first area is where we'll be able to get our hands on some nice treasures. But of course, before we even get our hands on these treasures, I'm gonna see if I can tackle some of these wonders right now. There are lots of sketchy places to check out, like dead ends and tunnels. Speaking of which, let's check this place out right here. A random wall. Whoa! What in God's name is this? Search the back wall. Weren't we just there? Like, why do we have to reinvestigate the wall? It's literally that easy. Just run forward. That was pathetic. Oh, it's just you, Roxas. Were you throwing a ball? That ball flew out of nowhere and totally startled me. Hey, I know. This explains one of those 7 wonders. Makes the most sense. Although, from our view, it was literally just a ball shooting out of goddamn nowhere. For no reason. But the most logical explanation is that Roxas has the arm of a king. So in other words, he could throw, and I mean throw, hard. Don't get the wrong idea. Also, we got our hands on a new, couple of new abilities, which I have not yet equipped until now. We have Guard and Scan. Scan inspects the target's current HP and Block. Block can shoot back enemy attacks using a parrying action with Square. There are several categories of abilities. Technically, I believe there's 2. And there's also one more category for weapons. First, we have the Support, which are more passive abilities. Equip them and they'll automatically be active. Action abilities, on the other hand, you have to execute an action in order to get them to activate. Guard is one of those actions. Also, at this point now, we can equip new items. And we can also view whatever items we have currently in stock, which is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and equip ourselves the Champion Belt, which is pretty sweet. Gives us a 20% resistance in fire, blizzard, and thunder attacks. Again, very handy to have for early game. Of course, we will be getting our hands on better items later. And, of course, the ability ring increases our AP maximum by 1. Pretty nice to have. We can also use the item menu to re-equip any sort of potions that we happen to have used previously. So, that's pretty nice. Alright, let's check out this place right here. It's kind of sketchy. This is the 7 wonders of the Doppelganger. Whoa! What is this? Whoa. Okay. Shadow Roxas. How cute. I don't know how I whiffed that. Nice. Well, at least that's taken care of. Pretty easy. Roxas! Ugh. What the hell happened to me? You alright? Now that's spooky. I thought I saw someone, but it was just my reflection. I bet this is behind one of those 7 wonders. That makes the most sense and is the most logical. But again, the Kingdom Hearts universe where logic does not exist. Another me. Foreshadowing. Okay, well that takes care of that wonder. What a blunder. Sorry, couldn't resist. Anyway, some of the items we can pick up at this point in time in treasure chests looks iffy in there. Hello, it's Vivi. Vivi? Whoa! Where the hell did these clothes come from? That's weird. I guess we got some more investigating to do here. Strangely, there's a lot of Vivi clones in here, and thankfully they go down with like one hit, and you just need to defeat them all. Which is pretty easy to do, all things considered, especially with how wide Roxas's attack range is. Thankfully, I believe these clones only come out in waves, and once you clear out one wave, another wave will spawn. I think you have to clear out about 3 or 4 waves, and then the deed is done. What is it, Roxas? Oh, did you need this, Roxas? Planning on getting in some practice, I bet. No, it's just that there were so many of you. Huh, so many of me. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm done with this, Roxas. You can take your time. Well, okay then. See ya. So the mystery voice was just Vivi practicing? Listen, there were a whole bunch of Vivi clones here just a minute ago. Speaking of which, there was one right there. I have a map of the Seven Wonders. Okay, I get it. Shut it. Also random skateboard in here. Why is this here? God only knows. Okay. Now, I believe there's only one wonder left to get through here. And thankfully, it's not that hard to figure out. Let's investigate this now, shall we? Again, shouldn't be too hard to figure out. And here it is. Here it is, the animated bag. Whoa! It's moving! Definitely something going on here. Oof. You gotta love how the camera sometimes gets kind of funky with its placement. So you're not really able to tell where things are. But basically, all we have to do here is just jump on the bag and wait for its stamina meter to run out and jump over trash cans as necessary. Strangely, if we hit one, we don't get knocked over. It doesn't knock over a trash can. I don't know why that is. Yikes! What was a dog doing in a bag? And why was it in there? Oh, it was just a dog. Did you let it out of the sack, Roxas? This explains one of those 7 wonders. Whoa. Okay.
You know, that last wonder wasn't exactly wonderful. I understand. Say no more. But this next one's gonna be really great. Wonder number 6.
We got another lead.
The ghost train mystery.
Everybody knows about wonder number 6.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Did you find out where the train runs?
You can see it from Sunset Hill.
Weren't we just there? Heh. Well, I guess that's our next stop, in order to figure out wonder number 6. But what about wonder number 7? Didn't we already discover like 4 or 5 different wonders of the 7 wonders of Twilight Town? I mean, each of them have a very logical explanation, except the last one with the dog. What the hell was that all about? I have no clue. Don't even ask.
If the rumors are true, it'll be here any minute.
For they say the train is empty. No driver, no conductor, no passengers, no return.
We've got to make it to the beach next year.
Yeah, we better get jobs the second vacation starts.
Good afternoon, slackers. What are you doing out here?
What do you care?
I don't. Tell me anyway.
Funny.
We're waiting for the ghost train.
Waiting for the ghost train. Why does looking at you always tick me off?
Probably because I remind you of a certain someone.
Destiny? In that case, let's be friends. I don't feel like cooperating with destiny.
When have you ever cooperated with anything?
Cypher!
I know. Tomorrow.
Look!
Whoa. The ghost train is real. Holy shit.
It's really true. And there's really no one aboard. What's the catch? There's gotta be a catch, right? Then it's real? Let's go to the station. Let's go in. What?
You'll get hurt.
Just like that, the train vanished.
Train will be arriving shortly.
Come on. A train came from the beach. There was no driver, right? Let's go. Right?
Looks like that
Let's
wonder
go
has
home
no
and work on the
explanation.
paper. The rumors were bogus. The end.
We can still make it sound good if we write about all the work we did.
But what about the last one? The seventh wonder?
Who cares?
I do. Come on, Pence.
Whatever.
Roxas.
It's at that haunted mansion.
The Haunted Mansion! Strange how 6 of the 7 wonders of Twilight Town are in one particular area, while the last one is located, like, right within our doorstep. Quite literally. Kind of hilarious. But it's true. Anyway, onward to the Haunted Mansion! I also find it kind of convenient how there are so many skateboards just lying around. For whatever reason. I don't know why that is. I guess they add them to add the convenience of moving around at the speed of sound, but still, it's kind of odd.
You know something? Whoa. We were gonna check the mansion out tomorrow. It is the most suspicious place. Right. Even Cypher's gang was gonna help. Cypher? Yeah, Hayner asked him to. So, what are we looking for?
Well, they say there's a girl who appears at the second floor window, even though no one's lived here for years.
Funny enough, this is actually true. Because there she is.
Roxas.
Namine? This is... me? And Axel's here too.
You are best friends.
Very funny.
Don't you want to know the truth? About who you really are?
No one knows me better than me.
Of course.
But I don't get what's been happening lately.
You know these three, don't you?
Yeah. Sora, Donald, and Goofy. They're from the dreams.
About a year ago, some things happened. And I had to take apart the memories chained together in Sora's heart. But now, I'm putting them all back exactly the way they were. It's taken me a long time, but pretty soon, Sora will be his old self again. The process has been affecting you too, Roxas.
You mean the dreams?
Yes. You and Sora are connected. And in order for Sora to become completely whole again, he needs you.
Me? What for?
You hold half of what he is. He needs you, Roxas.
Namine? Namine. Who are you?
I'm a witch, with power over Sora's memories and those around him.
A witch?
That's what Diz called me. But I don't know why I have this power. I just do. I'm not even sure there's a right way for me to use it.
I can't help you there. It's funny. Suddenly, I feel like I don't know myself at all. I guess I would like to know. What do you know about me that I don't?
You were never supposed to exist, Roxas.
What? How could you even say such a thing? Even if it were true.
That's because it is true.
I guess some things really are better left unsaid.
Roxas! Roxas!
Huh?
Did you see her?
Yeah. Watch the window. Closely.
Ah, lame. That's just the curtains moving. There must be a draft somewhere. I'm surprised this old place even has curtains.
Yeah.
Well, let's head back to the usual spot. Hayner and Olette are waiting.
Hey guys, how'd it go?
The girl in the window turned out to be a curtain flapping in the wind.
I figured as much. The report's already done.
All right.
So, wanna go find Hayner? He's probably at the station. You know, we only have 2 more days together.
Huh?
summer vacation, remember?
Oh. Right.
Tomorrow, we search the town.
Next day's the fair.
The last day of summer.
Don't say that. It'd give me an ulcer.
Not if you explode from all that ice cream first.
Why did you show him the train?
Because he missed the trip to the beach.
That's almost kind of you.
Now, what about you? Are the holes in your memory starting to fill in?
Yes. The haze is clearing.
The same thing is happening to everyone who had ties to Sora. Very soon, to them, he'd be like a good friend who's gone away for a year.
I've waited, and now I want to know. What is it that you want?
Revenge.
Revenge?
Now for the finishing touches. First, we must dispose of Namine. She did a splendid job with Sora, but it's high time she disappeared. Roxas isn't the only one who was never meant to exist. Take care of it, Ansem.
That's mean.
Restoration at 97%.
Gorge, is that all that's left of the worlds taken by the Heartless?
Those worlds will be restored if we beat Ansem, right? But if we do beat him, and all these worlds become restored and disconnected, what's gonna happen to this place, and to us?
All worlds begin in darkness, and all so end. The heart is no different. You see, darkness is the heart's true essence.
That's not true! The heart may be weak, and sometimes it may even give in. But I've learned that deep down there's a light that never goes out.
Kingdom Hearts! Fill me with the power of darkness!
You're wrong. I know now, without a doubt. Kingdom Hearts is light!
Now, Sora, let's close this door for good.
Take care of her.
Kairi!
Sora!
Kairi! Remember what you said before? I'm always with you too. I'll come back to you. I promise!
I know you will!
Now what do we do? We've got to find Riku and King Mickey.
But, where do we start looking for that there door to the light?
You know?
Gorge, that's the king's seal!
Hey, have you seen King Mickey? Let's go!
Did you notice Pluto floating there? That's kind of hilarious. I don't know if it was like that in the original as well. Hashtag floating Pluto. I guess that's where the dreams
I've
end.
been to see him. He looks a lot like you.
Who are you?
Why? Why do you have the Keyblade?
Because.
Shut up!
Funny enough, as Namine mentioned before, these dreams that Roxas is having and everything, they're affecting not only Sora's memories, but his memories as well.
Guys? Huh?
Whoa! Okay, what the hell is going on here? It's like a glitch in the Matrix. What is going on here? Whoa. Okay, now this is getting freaky. Well, like I was saying, Roxas's memories were kind of fuzzy as well as Sora's. How? Well, if you were there for my Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, you know the reason why. But for those of you who did not see that playthrough, or those of you who just joined in, the reason why this is affecting Roxas is because at the end of the game, at the end of 358 over 2 days, Roxas battled Riku, and Riku managed to defeat Roxas, even though Roxas brought Riku down to his knees. Riku unleashed the darkness within his heart in order to put a stop to Roxas. And upon knocking him out, yeah, this is where we ended up. All this is about to be explained momentarily. Whoa, hi.
Look at what it's come to. I've been given these icky orders to destroy you if you refuse to come back with me.
We're best friends, right?
Sure, but I'm not getting turned into a dusk for... Wait a sec. You remember now?
Yeah.
Great! But, you know, gotta make sure and all, so, what's our boss's name?
That would be Xemnas.
Oh, can't believe this.
And so it comes down to this. So at this point, Axel is kind of going to have to stand idly by as the Dusts here try to deal with us. But really, they're nothing more than just a pushover, if anything at all. Just saying. Although, there is a new enemy being introduced into the mix, and that is these things. Dealing with them really isn't too difficult. All you really need to do is just keep whacking, and eventually they will be forced into the surface, in which case you can just beat them up. Whoa. Chaos Control to the rescue again. This time it actually affected Axel.
Roxas, to the mansion. The time has come.
The time has come.
Painter! Pence! Olette!
No, Roxas. Time is completely halted. Weird. Also, how is it that Axel is affected here? I really don't know.
The Roxas that I know is long gone. Fine. I see how it is.
Well, that kind of sucks. Poor Axel. So, while we're making our way to the mansion, we will be, of course, pursued by these dusts and other nobodies. And, of course, since time is technically halted, it doesn't affect these guys, and again, if you die, it's game over. Game over, yee. Just saying, not exactly a fun time. Trust me. But again, it's always a good idea to try to beat as many enemies as you can to a bloody pulp. Or you could just make a mad dash to the mansion. Whatever you choose to do, it's entirely up to you. You don't have to fight everything that you see, but it is a good idea to do just that. Just so that way, you can get your hands on some nice, juicy experience and money, and everything else in between. Trust me. You will thank me later. Goodbye. Okay. Again, these guys will be some trouble, but really it's not going to be that bad. Ooh, level 4. Sweet. Always could use that extra defense. I have no idea what that explosive attack was all about. Was it committing suicide? Or what? I seriously do not understand. Hi. Haven't had enough yet, eh? Okay then. Bring it on!
Don't call me and then lock me out.
Hi. Well, look who it is. It's Ansem, aka Riku. I know, a bit of a spoiler, but if anyone is playing the games in order, not necessarily of release, but more like in order of story, then you know that is indeed Riku. That is his Keyblade, and or more or less, that's his weapon of choice. The Way to Dawn? Or is it called something else? Honestly, I can't remember for sure, but regardless, it is a pretty neat weapon. Anyway, before we can proceed, there are several treasures you can grab. Just keep in mind, though, that it is pretty risky to explore around this mansion, considering that we have a lot of enemies around here. And they will be spawning as you're exploring the entire mansion. Also, nice spear. Cute. It's definitely worth exploring the mansion from top to bottom. That way you can get your hands on some nice items. Trust me, you're going to want to get them as soon as you can. Because at this point, once we leave this place, There's no coming back here for quite some time. Well, that was kind of disappointing. Elven bandana. Only a massive blast could have broken this. I agree. Anyway, we got ourselves a new item here, the Elven bandana. It does increase our defense, though I'm going to keep on the champion belt for now, just so that way everything stays sane. But, again, it is nice to have extra defense. Just saying. Anyway, before we continue, there is one more room worth visiting, and by the way, we do need to explore this room before we can go any further. Because if we try to proceed further than we're supposed to, we'll just be stopped, no matter what. Just saying.
Your mind's made up?
Why did the Keyblade choose me? I have to know.
You can't turn on the organization!
Organization 13. They're a bad group.
Bad or good? I don't know. They're a group of incomplete people who wish to be whole. To that end, they're desperately searching for something.
What?
Kingdom Hearts.
Roll credits!
Funny?
It's just... I think I've been running away from the question I really want to ask. What's gonna happen to me now? Just tell me that. Nothing else really matters anymore.
You are...
Nominate.
Oh my.
There's no knowledge that has the power to change your fate.
Even if it doesn't, I want to know. I have the right to know.
A nobody doesn't have a right to know. Nor does it even have the right to be.
But what is a nobody?
Diz, we're out of time. Too many nobodies.
Roxas, nobodies like us are only half a person. You won't disappear. You'll be whole.
I'll disappear?
No further outbursts.
No, you won't disappear. You'll...
Wait!
Roxas, we will meet again. And then we can talk about everything. I may not know it's you, and you may not know it's me. But we will meet again. Someday soon. I promise.
Let her go! Nominate!
Funny enough, that's actually very, very true, especially if you played Kingdom Hearts 3, just saying. Anyway, we get Naminé sketches. Sketches left by Naminé. The drawings appear to have deep meaning. And we also get our hands on the mansion map. How is it that this mansion has its own map, even though it's in the same location as Twilight Town? I honestly do not understand. But all this will be explained later, I'm sure. Then again, probably not. No one Tetsuya Nomura, just saying. Okay. Well, now that that's done out the way, it's time to head on off to the last room of the mansion. Funny enough, this mansion really isn't all that big. Can you really consider this place to be a quote-unquote mansion? It looks more like a big house, if anything. Ow. Leg. Why is it getting the stinging pain? It's like someone's sticking a knife through my leg right now, and I don't like that feeling one bit. Come on, game, really? Let me connect my blows when I should be connecting them. Okay? Is that really too much to ask for? There we go. All done here. Wow, a secret lab underneath the library. Why does that sound so familiar? Anyway, there really isn't too much to see here. What a strange place and a terminal. What's this all about? Guess we're not going to be finding out anytime soon.
Why do you have the Keyblade?
Because...
Shut up!
Will it work?
If we can maintain the simulated town until Namine finishes chaining together Sora's memories.
What will happen to Roxas?
He holds half of Sora's power within him. In the end, he'll have to give it back. Until then, he'll need another personality to throw off his pursuers.
Poor thing.
It's the fate of a nobody.
Honestly, Roxas has every right to be pissed there. I mean, you gotta think about it for a minute there, folks. He has had a pretty rough life. He honestly has. And things are only going to get worse from here. Just saying. Hey boys, ready to party? Even though I am close to the 3-hour mark, I want to finish up this next section before wrapping it up. Because honestly, I kind of want to get done this whole prologue thing. Like, as soon as possible. Like, within this session. We are just about done with this prologue. What's really funny is that this is about as long as the prologue actually is. At least when playing casually. If you're a speedrunner, then the prologue is nowhere near as long as I'm making it out to be. Just saying. It's probably only about an hour, if that. Just saying.
Simply amazing, Roxas.
Axel.
You really do remember me this time. I'm so flattered! But you're too late! Come here, I'll make it all stop.
Sure, whatever you say, asshole. Say hello to what I dubbed to be one of my personal favorite boss fights in the entire Kingdom Hearts series. And the reason why it's my favorite is because the epic line, plus the battle itself, is just so damn cool. Plus, this is the only time in the game you get to play as dual-wield Keyblade wielding Roxas. It's that freaking cool. Really? Goodbye. That is probably the coolest way to end this fight, in my opinion.
You get on their bad side and they'll destroy you.
No one would miss me.
That's not true. I would.
Axel.
Let's meet again in the next life.
Yeah, I'll be waiting.
Silly. Just because you have a next life.
Don't count yourself just yet, Axel. You may have a next life too. Just saying. What's this mysterious thing? It looks like it leads somewhere, but the power of darkness prevents entry. Funny enough, that's actually true. We won't be encountering that thing again until like the very end of the game.
Donald. Goofy?
Well, looks like Sora wasn't the only one sleeping. This hasn't been used in a while. There's evidence this was used before. Interesting. Donald is sleeping inside. Goofy is sleeping inside. Seems only the power is on. Looks like it could still be used. Who built this, and for what purpose? Also, don't forget to pick up that high potion on your way out.
A At last, the Keyblade's chosen one.
Who are you talking to? Me? Or Sora?
To half of Sora, of course. You reside in darkness. What I need is someone who can move about the realm of light and destroy Organization 13.
Why? Who are you?
I am a servant of the world. And if I'm a servant, then you should consider yourself a tool at best.
Was that supposed to be a joke? 'Cause I'm not laughing! Ugh.
My apologies. This is only a data-based projection. Come, over here.
I hate you so much.
You should share some of that hatred with Sora. He's far too nice for his own good.
No! My heart belongs to me! Sora. You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over. Sora!
Who's there?
Sora, wake up!
And there he is, boys. Sora is finally awake and fully recovered.
Donald! Goofy!
That was some nap.
You mean we were asleep?
I guess we must have been, or I don't think we'd be so drowsy.
When do you think we went to sleep?
Let's see. We defeated Ansem.
Yep.
Restored peace to the world. Found Kairi. Oh yeah. And then we went to look for Riku. I think that's right so far.
Then what? What does your journal say, Jiminy?
Gee, there's only one sentence. Thank Namine. I wonder who that is.
Some journal that is.
Well, what do you say we find out where we are?
So, at this point, this is where the true game begins. This is where our journey officially starts, folks. Sora is finally awake, back on his feet, along with Donald and Goofy after their long rest in between the last couple of Kingdom Hearts games of 358 over 2 days and Chain of Memories. And so, the journal actually changes from Roxas' diary to Japenese's journal. And here we can view all kinds of additional information now, such as characters, the story so far, and we can also view an album, treasures. This is a list of all the treasure chests that are scattered within the different parts of the worlds that we're going to be visiting, including Twilight Town. Though for whatever reason, the treasures we picked up as Roxas did not necessarily transfer over for completion. I guess because you don't return to that point in the game, those chests really don't necessarily count. But the maps do for whatever reason. And you can also view the character links here at any given point within the journal if you so wish. And within the collection we can view character files such as, of course, Sora, Donald, Goofy, etc., etc. And also view the residence of everyone whom we meet within any given world. And also we can view like a biography of each and every person whom we meet, including Sora himself, Donald, Goofy, and whoever else resides here. So if you want to read up on who these people are and what they're about, feel free to do so here if you wish. You can also view a list of all of the Heartless and Nobodies that you've encountered throughout the course of the game, though the Nobodies whom we fought up to this point are not registered within Japenese's journal, and that honestly makes sense as to why. Because, technically speaking, Roxas was the one who fought those Nobodies and not Sora. And again, you can view the list of all the treasures within a given world, all the maps that are possible to find within a given location, and that's really about it. And also, all abilities, stats, etc. are transferred from Roxas to Sora. So if you really were one of those overachievers who went ahead and gone above and beyond and maxed out Roxas' stats, they will then be transferred over to Sora immediately. And upon getting Donald and Goofy into your party, Donald knows Thunder and Cure, which, let's be real here, you definitely want to keep these. And you can also readjust the behavior of your AI companions and how they use their abilities. There are 3 different behaviors. Each of them can be switched out with the push of the triangle button. The default is using this ability freely. The left yellow arrow means use the ability conservatively, and finally the down red arrow means use this ability in special situations. So in other words, when you're about to die, Donald will heal you. Even though everyone says he doesn't. Let me tell you, he does. He does heal you. Just saying. You just have to time it properly. Keep an eye on his MP gauge and everything will be fine. Okay? Okay, it's really not that hard. And of course, like I mentioned before, all the items that Roxas had are transferred to Sora upon gaining control of them, of course. So, that, as they say, is that. You can now view the status of party members from the main menu. All Roxas' abilities and money have been passed on to Sora. Japenese's journal contains hints on what to do next in past events. So if you're ever lost in the story, you can view Japenese's journal and figure out what the hell it is you need to do next. So that's pretty neat. And of course, before we go and do some important things like progress the story, I do want to end today's stream, but not at this particular spot. Instead, I want to look for a save point, and then we'll end it there. You were asleep for so long, you still may be kinda dazed, Sora. Don't worry, if you forgot what you have to do, just check Japenese's journal. Neat. Don't go back to the mansion, you may fall asleep again. Besides, you should check out what kind of place this is. I'm excited. Funny enough, we've technically been here before.
You know, I think I've been to this town.
What's it called?
Guess I must have imagined it.
I wouldn't say that, Sora.
What do you want?
Nothing. Just wondering what was back here.
Now you know. This is our spot.
What? You're new around here, right? I'm Pence.
Painter, nice to meet you. But we got stuff to do, so catch you later.
My name's Olette. Hey, did you finish up the summer homework yet? Independent studies are the worst, huh?
Homework?
They ain't got a clue.
What are your names?
Oh, sorry. We're Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Hey there.
Sora, Donald, Goofy. We just met someone who was looking for you.
He sure seemed in a hurry. He had a black coat on, so I couldn't see his face. But he had these big round ears.
That sounds familiar.
Where'd you see him?
At the station.
The station, thanks.
Well, you'd better get back to that assignment.
Later.
Alrighty then.
Oh boy, the kid's trying to find us.
Yeah, let's get to the station.
Of course, we will be going to this said station next time to meet up with King Mickey. Because, yeah, I've been going on a little bit too long here, mainly due to the ending section. Really, it wasn't that bad, but even so, it is worth mentioning that this next part here is gonna be real fun. Strap yourselves in, boys. We're going in hot in the next session. So with that, I bid you all adieu for today. This is General Snivy with the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to be heading up to the Twilight Town Station, see what that place is all about, and maybe even meet up with King Mickey, figure out what the hell's going on here, and also begin the search for Riku and Kairi once again, because that's what we have to do, and beat up a white-haired guy. Again. It's going to be a wild and bumpy ride, folks, let me tell you. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all later.